Yeah, no, I think it goes back to what we've been discussing up to now. I mean, I would say personally, but it's not personally. As an economist, I definitely don't think is the best system to serve the needs of humanity. I really don't think that poverty is, is a failure of the system, is due to market failure or corruption or whatever you want to blame. I think it's how society is organized. I do have analysis of the economy that's based on classes, that consider the question of, I try to understand the question of profit distribution, the question of value, where value is created, how it's distributed. It's something that, again, economists are not really direct concerned anymore. It used to be before. So these questions, actually, as a research, really these questions make me think about the limitations of the system and how poverty can't be eradicated just with policies. It should be eradicated with a different system more than anything else. I think the difficulty here is, to look back in history and gather elements from social democracy, from socialism, from a period of capitalism where labor and capital had a better friendship, as they call under the Keynesian demand management. I think it's to look back in all these and gather what's the best, where you have, a moment in history where we are able to deal a little bit more with inequalities in society and among countries. So I think we should go back to this, should review that, and we should also start to be more creative. I think what has happened to economists right now, we are so attached to this word of precision and objectivity. Our tools are so, we're relying so much on mathematical deductivism and modeling. We just see ourselves as modelers. And I think we're losing a little bit the poetry of all this. The question of being creative, of being, we have to think about something else, because clearly there are limitations here. So I think this also takes us back to many points I made before, how economists can be more creative with this current framework and methodology. I don't think this is possible. So if you have, if our tools are how can I say, restricted in terms of how we can understand these contradictions, obviously our policy recommendation, our creativity also is going to be, curbed somehow. Is not going to be enough to change society. So yeah, so I do wish we have, to finish with Barbara Wooten perhaps, I do think we economists, they should have a concern, a compromise in terms of improving society. And although I think any economist would deny that, I think the problem is they have to look into their framework and see the limitations of their framework in terms of providing to the, to have a economy, or to have a system that is providing to everybody, that is actually serving the needs of humanity as a whole. So yeah, so I think we need to change. The way things are definitely not good enough.